researchers, this video is about how to write a research paper. So guys, we know that there are two types of research papers. One is experimental and the second one is theoretical. For both of them, first of all, you need to have all your data in your hand. Yes, if it's a theoretical paper, you are going to collect all the different kind of theories and then conclude them, or maybe find out another theory out of them, or merge them and make another theory about them. Then you need to collect all the data at one place. Okay, understand it completely and find out your findings. And if it's an experimental data, it's a lab work, then complete your lab work first. Okay, your bench work should be complete first. Okay, how to kind of approach experiment to kind of make it make it publishable. That's another topic of discussion that we are going to discuss in another video. In this video, I am considering that you have kind of overcome all the things like choosing the professor, choosing the right area of work for you, and then choosing the right topic of research for you. Okay, then you are complete with your bench work first, then how to write a research paper. This is this is the step where you kind of display, you are going to display your work to the world, that this is what I have found out. Okay, now if your lab work is complete, all your data is in your hand, all your findings are in your hand, how to start writing your research paper now. First of all, now that you have chose your area of work, then there is going to be idea in your mind how you going to present your research work to this world. Okay, for a research paper contains I'll tell you main points that you are going to conclude in your paper. First is going to be abstract, then is going to be introduction, then is going to be a result and discussion, then is going to be material and methods that you have used, and then conclusion, then references. Okay, there can be kind of chronology difference in material and methods and result and discussion for different journals. Some journals say that you first discuss results in discussion. Some journals say you first discuss your materials and methods. That depends on the journal you are choosing to publish your paper. Okay, now what abstract, for abstract you will go to abstract at the end of the paper. Okay, once you are done writing your paper, then you go to abstract, then you decide how you are going to present your abstract. Okay, what does introduction contains? You have completed your research work. Before going to research work, you must have done the analysis of your research gap. What is a research gap? Research gap is you took a topic, you chose a topic that for example, researcher says that you combine A plus B and C is getting formed. Okay, and D is getting formed, but C is in major amount and D is in smaller amount, but you found a way to make D as your major product. Okay, now you have found a way, you have found the gap between studies, you have found the kind of missing key to reach to product D. Okay, now this was the research gap before. Okay, now you are going to explain that how your studies went differently to make product D. This is the research gap you have met in your work. Okay, now in introduction part, you will start telling about the history of product C and D. Okay, especially D, if D is your major product. Okay, now you will say tell them how everything started. Then you will tell them how researchers approached the study. Okay, then in the same introduction you will tell that how the what the research gap was there, and then at the end you will connect the story to your work, that how you have filled the research gap. Okay, now your work is done, making the readers to kind of connect to the story, kind of connect to your work. Okay, and you have told them why you chose this work. Okay, because you know this was history, then people did this that, but nobody went to the work I have done, and then you connect the story. Okay, or even if people has done the story, then you will tell them how your for the same story, what have you done, what newness you have introduced to the same story. Okay, that's how you connect in introduction. Okay, you can give them a picture also, that in past this happened, I did this. Okay, that kind of picture you can always give in your introduction, that kind of increase the impact of your work. And then you will move to result and discussion. Okay, now result and discussion is the, I will always call it your lab story. Okay, result and discussion is your lab story. How you started, what motivated, not motivated, that you can mention in introduction. Okay, but how you started, how you went through the all process. Okay, for example, if I tell you that you made A plus B and then the product was D. Okay, so you will tell them, okay, I added A, then B, in water maybe, and then C was formed, but I wanted to reach to D. So I did this change, I did that change. This is how I made the process even more environment friendly. I did this change, that change, etc, etc. And you will show all these things in pictorial form as well. Okay, graphs, pictures, okay, cartoons you can show. Okay, and if you are someone from chemistry background, you can show them mechanism, how all the bonds shifted to another type of bonds, and then etc etc, at the end your product has been formed. Okay, you will give them evidence in the same section. Okay, you will give them evidence of the see, proof you are going to give them. Anyway, you are going to give them a proof of your studies in your supporting information. Okay, but here you can give them small kind of experimental proofs, that this is how I prove that yes, this is happening this way. Okay, if you have something to display like that. Okay, for example, people have these things to display in chemistry. Okay, people from other background, they don't have to follow this step. Okay, then we'll go to materials and methods. Okay, in materials and methods, you will tell them what kind of materials you used, which company they belong to, which instruments you used, which company they belong to, and the complete procedure. Okay, for example, I'm telling you that A plus B, and you went to D. Okay, so you will tell them how much A you took, where you took. Okay, in what vessel did you use for that. Okay, after how much time did you add B, and what are the other changes you did with temperature, etc etc. Okay, and D has been formed. Okay, then will be your conclusion. Conclusion is the kind of brief discussion of your work. Okay, you are kind of tell them that yeah, now here I conclude with all the proofs, with all the work, that A and B can form D in this condition. Okay, so it's going to take hardly 5-6 lines. Okay, don't exaggerate anything over here. Once you are done with all of these, you will go to reference part. Actually, reference part you will prepare throughout the paper writing. Okay, in introduction you will give them history. For that you will always give reference. Okay, in introduction part, same part, you will tell them how people previously have done this kind of work. You will give them reference for that. So you prepare your reference part along with the paper, and at the end you kind of said them, okay, properly, how you have introduced them in your paper, okay, throughout the manuscript. Okay, then is going to be the important part. Okay, the part that is going to sell your work in outer world, that is abstract. Okay, abstract should be, I think, I personally feel abstract abstract part should take only 5 to 6 lines, even less than that. Okay, but it should have all those keywords that make your work different from others. That, for example, here I've shown you that A plus B made C. C has been made earlier also, but you introduced production of D. Now you will tell them that here I represent a study where this can be formed from this A and B. D can be formed from A and B using this simple reaction condition, or this simple temperature, or this simple environment. Okay, this hasn't. Or you can also tell them that the first ever study of this, if that's the newness in your work. Okay, so, or if it's a theoretical work, you can tell them that no one before has concluded this kind of theory, but here I am. Okay, and this are the results. Okay, you can tell them the results in your abstract, not elaborated way, but main. Okay, so this is the result has been concluded in this paper. Done. Okay, and if you want to give a picture presentation of your work with along with the abstract, that's going to even that's going to even support your abstract. That's going to even that's going to make it easier for readers to get attachers. They really like that way. Okay, sometimes your title is not giving the complete idea, but your abstract and pictorial information attract your readers. Okay, so that's going to really help you. Okay, then after all of this, you compile your paper. Also, always keep in your mind which journal you are going to give your paper communicate to. Okay, always read their instructions. If they are saying that they are going to use less number of pages, so concise your work according to that only. But first you write all these things, then you can decide what you want to how you want to reduce the content language wise. Okay, don't ever compromise with the quality of your paper. Okay, you can concise the language. That way you can always adjust the number of papers, number of pages for the journals. Okay, otherwise I think this is all you need to cover in your paper writing, manuscript writing. I hope I have given you the complete idea, and I hope you get to write your paper even faster after watching this video. All the very best.